Hello, my YouTube friends. It's Richard, founder of Short-Term Rental University and Airbnb Superhost. And speaking of superhosts, does it matter? How important is it? There's tons of questions about it on our Facebook group. If you haven't joined the Short-Term Rental University Facebook group, take a moment to do so now because we'll answer questions there too. But back to the original question, how important is it? Let's get to it. So in a nutshell, Superhost is a designation that's reserved for people that hit certain criteria. They've hosted 10 times in a quarter, you have certain minimum thresholds, and that's intended to give people that are looking at your property some comfort versus somebody who isn't a Superhost. Now, does Airbnb have it all perfect? Are their criteria easy to game or easy to get to? Generally speaking, if you're a good host, you should be a Superhost. So it's not that exclusive. It's not that hard to get. In fact, people watching the YouTube channel and joining our Facebook group, they're surprised how quickly they make it to Superhost. And then the people that don't get it or get a really negative review in our Facebook group and stop with the Superhost status get really upset and they're worried and so on. And so I just want to dispel a couple of myths and really tell you what I think it's all about. So overall, it's a value add. Any way you slice it, if you can be a Superhost, you'd prefer to be a Superhost. It doesn't hurt you in the least, and all it can do is benefit you. I've been a Superhost since I started years ago. I've never lost it. I hope to never lose it. But am I going to lose sleep over it if I lose it? No, I'll probably just have to change the intro to the video series. I think it allows me to book more frequently. I think it allows me to charge a little bit more. I think it gives first-time users of Airbnb a little more comfort that they're going to get what they see and there's more reviews. And if they've never really stayed and they're worried about something, I do think at the margin it helps people pull out their credit card and book it. So I think that that's helpful. But do I think if you don't have Superhost status, you're going to have a bad business or a bad result? Absolutely not. All things being equal, you'd rather have it. So just try for it. But if you lose it or you're going to get a bad review, don't lose sleep over it. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, what matters is your location, your listing, the marketing of the listing, your hospitality. All those things are so much more than a little designation. So I don't want you to lose any sleep over it, but you might as well go for it. So in conclusion, I want you to free up some of that mental anguish and anxiety about the stress about being a Superhost, and let's use mindfulness techniques. If you haven't listened to that mindfulness podcast, check it out. It's really good. But let's be mindful about using that negative energy and that worry and channeling it towards something positive. Let's fix something in our place. Let's paint that room. Let's fix our listing. Let's retake the photo now that the tulips are, in full bloom. If you stop worrying and redirect towards something positive, whether you're a Superhost or not, your business will grow. So please listen to the podcast, subscribe on iTunes. We also have the video version on the YouTube channel, the podcast YouTube channel. The links are below. And if you like the video, please let us know. And in the meantime, subscribe to the YouTube channel and tell all your friends. Thanks so much. Happy hosting.